The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, known as the ATF, is a law enforcement agency that's part of the Department of Justice. Its goal is to protect our communities from violent criminals and prevent the illegal use of firearms. Now, for the first time in 7 years, the ATF has a permanent director, Stephen Dettelbach, and we sat down with him for his first TV interview. Guns have now become the leading cause of death for American children. Why isn't this a national emergency?
Well, it's certainly, a national problem that is urgent. I think everybody agrees about that. One of the things that makes this problem so hard is that it looks way different depending on where you are. So if you think of what the gun violence problem looks like in a large city, in New York City, or Chicago. And then you think, okay, what does it look like in the South? What does it look like in Alaska? What does it look like in small towns? It looks different, and the reason that we're having a hard time coming up with one solution is because there is no one solution.
The ATF is smaller than most big city police departments. Is your agency outnumbered?
I think all law enforcement are outnumbered, but we're not outsmarted. I think that's really important to understand. Technology is providing us with new and really exciting ways to try and catch shooters.
What laws would you like to see changed that could help the ATF stop this scourge of gun violence?
There's a great national discussion about all the different laws out there, and Congress just acted in a bipartisan way to provide more laws. That is an important discussion. That is a discussion where people have different views. But the ATF director's job and ATF, our mission is to catch people who have violated the laws we already have.
There are a lot of supporters of the Second Amendment who believe that the ATF will become a long arm of those who want to take people's guns away.
I can't control what other people believe. In my 20-plus years as a federal prosecutor, I've learned that you have to do the work. And that's really the ethic at ATF. ATF does the work. ATF delivers results, and we will continue to fight to do that.
But I'm still not hearing from you what it is that the ATF can do to stop this epidemic of mass shootings.
I think it'd be naive for me to sit here and say to you that I would get confirmed as ATF director and this constant drumbeat of gun violence is going to stop. To me, what we have to do is focus on addressing the problem. There have been times over the last 20 years, 30 years when I've been in this business where the crime rate has gone down. Right? So these are some strategies that work. So it's time to push the "we got to get to work" button, not the panic button.
Will there be more Uvaldes?
It's just a horrible question for you to even have to ask, right? But the truth of the matter is that there have been just incident after incident for a long period of time. And so we have to work hard to try to make sure there aren't. But I think the reality is there's going to be serious gun crime that we have to work on at ATF.
And you can see more of our interview with the ATF director on CBSNews.com.